we go to another country for business or tourism, we will always do research in advance. What kind of characteristic the local has? What are the buildings there? And what are the people's dressing styles? What do they like to eat? In the previous session, we have learned that Ho Chi Minh is very modern and is called Paris of Asia. We have also learned about Vietnam's history and cultural heritage. Vietnam blends Chinese and Western cultures and combines ancient and modern characteristics and make it a historically amazing and creatively stylish country. In this session, let me take you to look at the unique culture of Vietnam. Number 1, pho and coffee. With regard to Vietnamese cuisine, we have to first mention pho. Pho is a kind of traditional soup dish made with clear broth, spring onions, sprouts, and sliced chicken or beef. It's one of the most popular dishes in Vietnam. There are many opinions on its origin. Some say it was passed from Guangdong, because the pronunciation of pho is similar to the pronunciation of pho in Cantonese. And it is also said that it was passed from Yunnan. Vietnamese pho is branded with a strong Vietnamese style and unique taste, making it a calling card of Vietnamese cuisine. The other thing you must taste when you arrive in Vietnam is coffee. There are two main types of instant coffee in Vietnam: Vinacave and Zhongyuan G7 coffee. Vietnam is the second largest coffee producer in the world after Brazil. Coffee was brought to Vietnam by French missionaries around 1860. In nearly 150 years of history, Vietnam has gradually developed its unique coffee culture. Strolling on the streets of Vietnam, you can see the large and small cafes everywhere. They will use a Vietnamese coffee pot to drip coffee slowly to spend an afternoon of leisure time. Coffee, ao dai, and motorcycles are three treasures in Vietnam. A standard Saigon-style night might be spent riding a motorcycle on a bustling street, sitting down at a coffee store and sipping coffee as girls pass by wearing the ao dai. So, let's learn more about traditional Vietnamese attire, ao dai and nang la. Number 2, nang la and ao dai. Nang la is the famous Vietnamese palm leaf conical hat. It is a traditional symbol of Vietnamese people without age, sex, or racial distinctions. Nang la has its own origin, coming from a legend related to the history of rice growing in Vietnam. The story is about a giant woman from the sky who has protected human beings from a deluge of rain. She wore a hat made of 4 round-shaped leaves to guard against all the rain. Ao dai is Vietnamese traditional long gown. In the past, the color of ao dai represented the age and region. Girls use pure white. Unmarried women use soft pink, and married women choose dark color. North Vietnamese women prefer yellow silk, and South Vietnamese women prefer white and embroidered pattern. The modern ao dai we see today is tight-fitting, which accentuates and flatters a woman's curves. Therefore, ao dai is interestingly considered to cover everything, but hide nothing, especially when it is made of thin or see-through fabric. Ao dai, therefore, is an ideal souvenir for foreign tourists upon leaving Vietnam to remind them of a beautiful country that they have been to. People can buy an ao dai in Hoi An, Asian Town. There are many famous tailor shops there. One such shop is Ao Ba Ba Hoi An, a family-owned tailor shop in Hoi An that's gained massive popularity among travelers for its extensive textile collection and impeccable tailoring services. People can either choose a design from its up-to-date catalog books or bring a picture of your favorite designer outfit and have it made to measure here. So, there are many foreigners coming here to get a tailor-made ao dai for themselves. Number 3. Interesting Vietnamese art. In addition to the beautiful scenery and food, entertainment in Saigon is also indispensable at night. As a former French colony, Ho Chi Minh was formerly known as Saigon, and it retains the literary atmosphere well. From Marguerite Duras' famous novel The Lover to the classic stage play Miss Saigon, Vietnam always appears in the work with an elegant and exotic image, reminding people of its reputation as the Paris of Asia. Art 1. Imperial court music was an integral entertainment form in Vietnamese court during feudal times. The most outstanding form of royal music is refined music or nha nha, which is recognized as a masterpiece of oral and intangible heritage by UNESCO. The refined music was first performed in the 13th century, but not until the Yuan dynasty could this royal music enjoy its golden age. R2. Nowadays, if you want to enjoy the culture and entertainment in Vietnam, you can try Vietnamese water puppetry. Water puppetry is a tradition that dates back as far as the 11th century. Today's Vietnamese water puppetry is a unique variation on the ancient Asia puppet tradition. The puppets are made out of wood, and the shows are performed in waist deep pool. A large bamboo rod supports the puppet under the water and is used by the puppeteers who are normally hidden behind the screen to control them. Thus, the puppets appear to be moving over the water. Okay, in this session, we have talked about the unique facts of Vietnam from the aspects of food and drink, clothing, and entertainment. I think you now have a better and more comprehensive view of this exotic Asian country. See you next time.